Now, step 4 really increases in rigor a little bit. You might have remembered in the introduction video, I mentioned how your child can go through and just do steps 1 and 2 or steps 1, 2, and 3. And if they're not ready to learn rhyming yet, you can go ahead and do every single lesson just doing the first few steps and then come back again when they might be ready to add rhyming. This can be developmental. Students can develop this at different ages. And if you're starting with a young kid who's excited, you just might not be there yet. So you'll explain that a rhyme is a word that has the same ending sound but a different beginning sound, and let them know it might be tricky at first, but you'll practice a lot together. So you'll ask your child to repeat after you, and you'll complete these hand movements as you say the sentence. So you'll say, I saw a man eating out of a can. Man can. And your child will repeat you and repeat the hand movements. This is what makes it a multisensory approach. You're associating the rhymes with what your hands are doing. You'll go through the same process with the other sentences. She sat on top of a mat. Sat, mat. And your child will repeat after you. Now, as you continue, your child might be able to pick out those rhyming words that you might say the sentence, and they might go ahead and independently be able to recognize that sat and mat are the ones that rhyme. Now, the next part of it, you're going to ask your child the following questions, and you can support them as they get the hang of it. This might be tricky for some kids to get at first, and they can just repeat the correct answer after you. So you begin and you'll say the word can. And then ask, what word do we say if we switch the first sound to an, man. Again, sat. What word do we say if we switch the first sound to at, mat? This is something that your child might just need to copy after you for the first few times you do it, and then as you practice, they should be able to recognize the pattern and be able to substitute the sounds. That is a pretty high level, tricky thing, so if your child doesn't get it right away, don't worry. They'll catch on as you continue to practice.